William Ruto's trips, which he says Kenyans are actually seeing the tangible evidence of the president's trips that he has been making. And let's go back to that story about Kenyan art on display in the UK and Kenyans living in the United Kingdom know too well what it means to live in a country that once colonized them. This knowledge was perhaps laid bare in a historic move that saw Kenyan artists for the first time in history allowed to display Kenyan artwork in a London gallery. KTN's Timothy Otieno witnessed history in the making and filed the following report where amateur artists got a chance to impress art fans.
At the heart of London's quiet streets, history is slowly unfolding in a room full of art lovers eager to learn more about Kenya as the country celebrates 60 years of independence. One of the art enthusiasts we come across is Teresa Masharia, who has been navigating this gallery, quenching her thirst for Kenyan creativity.
What has been your most interesting piece? Which one has caught your eye?
I would have to say it's Blossom of Garden by Simon Marui. It's just got this otherworldly essence to it, very similar to Sharon's work. We see a depiction of human life that doesn't have a very human figure. It's Sharon's work looks at a penguin as the feature, but in Marui's work, we don't even have a face. We have a flower and an eye as the center, as a representation of a being, with all these other details that speak to an essence that's deeper than what's surface.
Teresa forms part of an audience who traveled from far and wide to witness Kenya's first ever art exhibition in downtown London. Wilhelm Treffer traveled all the way from Germany to get to see the artwork displayed here today. He admits he's not much of an art enthusiast, but appreciates the difference in Kenyan artwork compared to that of his home country.
Kenyan art is very warm somehow, you know, and lively. And somehow it's like almost that the way Kenyan artists paint reflects a little bit how Kenya is as a country. So that's very interesting for me to see, you know. And also German people, they are like, I think we are a little like abstract, and so the German art is also more abstract in that way. So I found it interesting to see the difference.
The exhibition has been made possible through the collaboration of the Kenyan Embassy in the United Kingdom and saw more than 35 artworks put on display. The art has been composed by 30 different artists, all of whom are having their first piece exhibited in a foreign country for the very first time.
In the context of Kenya at 60, this is one of the flagship events we, the London Mission, are carrying forward with government departments to be able to show what is it as Kenyans we have done over this period.
These exhibitions will be part of celebrating young people, but also celebrating their creativity. Goes well with the theme of Jamhuri Day.
Sharon Gikonge just turned 22 years old a month ago and is among the artists whose work is being viewed here today. She considers herself a wildlife conceptual artist and believes more of such exhibitions need to be set up if Kenyan art is to scale higher heights.
I think this very moment is very pivotal to my art career because in Kenya it might be a bit limited, the exposure that our artwork gets, but having my work in London, which is a city that hails the greatest artists and exhibitions, I feel very honored to be given the chance to show my work to millions of people who are going to be here with us today.
It is also a privilege to see that we are exporting our skills, and for the young upcoming artists from the slums, you know, bringing them to United Kingdom, you know, to display their work and also sell and tap, you know, from the international community.
What's it like seeing Kenyan art in the UK?
It's awesome. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I mean, I follow African art in the UK quite closely, and like I said, I'm looking for a couple of fairly large projects. I've been pretty systematic about it.
London serves as a global hub for contemporary art, And this fusion of Kenyan artistic traditions with London's cosmopolitan atmosphere is likely going to create a fascinating intersection of cultures, even as the country celebrates 60 years of self-rule. Timothy Otieno, KTN News, in London, the United Kingdom.
And that report by my colleague Timothy Otieno brings us to the end of KTN News. Asante sana for watching. To the men and the women behind the scene who made this broadcast a success, thank you. But then I see you again after 30 minutes for Africa Speaks, where I take you around the African globe and beyond. So do keep it KTN News. My name is Brenda Zeda Radido.